Yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It's your boy Professor Pippage back in this bitch on I Trade the Asian trying to get active, trying to get loud. Yeah. um, if you had watched that weekend analysis, we had said we was gonna wait on AU, but we had more price action came out booming and busting. Coming for the weekend analysis, we were trying to see if price action was going to push down into the little imbalance area slash order block area we have identified on the higher time frames. But as price action opened up, sitting and watching the charts, looking at it and said, okay, well, we ended bearish last week, so potentially we could see a retracement to fill all this right up at her. Um, yeah, so once price action started being bullish on lower time frames, I was like, okay, well, I might hop in something. So I kind of came up with this trade idea right up in here. Looking into the Asian session, came out big, big, big bullish, and I said, okay, well, price action broke up here. Now, if it comes and retrace, then I'll hop in from down here. But what I saw was on a 15-minute time frame, price action comes down, creates a low, breaking structure, looking left on the lower time frames. But the very next candle was a bullish candle, and once the next candle after that one started to break the high of the previous candle, I was in there like swim up, right up at her. This candle closed bullish. Once this candle here started to break the high, I hopped in. And when you jump down on the 1 minute, going back and forth right here a little bit, but price action does eventually continue to roll over bullish and continue pushing to retest back into that 1 hourly high. Now, I had targets right up in here just in case when price action did eventually reach into the zone. If price action was going to short off, I wanted to be out of the trade and secure my winnings before any of that funkery could have happened. But what price action did was continue to go bullish. I even had a diagram up here of what I wanted to where I wanted to get in from if price action was gonna break bearish. And as price action pushed up and made higher highs right up in here, I saw this price action push, didn't necessarily reach into the zone, but once it came back down, didn't necessarily break the low of where price action came from, and then continue to watch price action continue to make higher highs and higher lows, and instead of making lower lows and lower highs. So wasn't necessarily looking for this trade at this point. Like I said, just one right over here. Didn't miss this one. Hopped in this one, caught a smooth 19 TP on that one, but ultimately price action kept going bullish tonight. Since we have broke above 1 hour structure, broke above 4 hour structure. Now just following price action based on the hourly ranges, looking to see if I could have hopped in some buys and probably missed that sniper there, bro. I was looking for it to come back just a little bit deeper. And hold on 1 second. Thanks. So had to pause for a quick minute. Time to elapse a little bit, but I was looking for buys on AU, trying to get some continuation buys. Seeing the price actually going to break above this hourly structure. Um, I know from in the past, AU don't really like to break through higher time frame structures. So I'm a little cautious of this entry, but I would ultimately like to see it pull back a little bit more. Take continuation buys on the lower time frame. Um, ultimately, pretty much clear some of this up. Keep that hourly resistance from the low to the high. Looking forward to really retest and come back a little bit deeper. I'd love to get an entry from down there. Push back into some levels looking left on the higher time frames. Ultimately, like I was saying from the weekend analysis, we kind of had two floating ideas based off of what we thought price action was going to do this week. Um, Either we were reacting from this daily order block and was coming down to continue to break structure, which still could happen. We could reject this 4 hour resistance and come back down, or it could simply just continue to pull back a little bit more before continuing bearish, or we could be getting ready to go bullish, especially if we start to close above this 4 hour resistance. We can start looking for break and retest trades back into the highs. And then, as it gets closer and closer to supply or where price action came from, then, make a decision from that point. But ultimately, breaking structure still to the higher time. I mean, on the 1 hourly time frame, creating higher highs and higher lows. So pretty much looking for continuation into the highs on AU. Looking over at UJ, Haven't really popped no pistols over here on UJ for the most part. Just kind of trying to watch it from the long game. Looking for price action to retest a little bit deeper. I kind of wanted to hop in the shorts early coming into the Asian session, but just looking at what price action is doing right now, we're still pushing and making high highs. I mean, we're still pushing bullish here, but on the lower time frames, we kind of have developing lower lows and lower highs. So I was kind of wanting to start framing shorts from this area, but right now, ultimately, I would like to see price action close below 135,700, potentially to get this retracement back into this level on the lower time frame, potentially see if we continue to keep going bullish back to the top side. So ultimately, a waiting game on UJ pushing over to UCAD. Did hop off on UCAD last night. Price action closed end of the market or end of the week, big bullish on UCAS. So ultimately, not necessarily looking for the market reversal here, but was looking for a retracement trade to kind of fill this range right back up in here from the hourly low to the hourly high. Price action actually leaked and it kept coming down. Ultimately, let me see on 15 minutes. I took off 90% really early in the trade simply because, like I said, I was only looking for a retest. I didn't think we were going to continue to keep going big bearish. Captured 90%, right about 30 of them things, and then full TPs all the way down to about 58 of them things. So ultimately looking to see if this is going to retrace. Ultimately seeing this break structure on a higher time frame, I am kind of like, what's going to happen next? I haven't seen this type of funkery where we break structure on an hourly, but ultimately we still waiting for that next structural break to say, okay, then we can start confidently taking shorts because this still could come and still do this and still get back bullish. So right now it's kind of a waiting game on UCAD. We could look for continuation shorts as price action continue to break structures looking left, but usually on any pair that I'm trading, once I see price action closing below structure on a higher time frame, I'm generally looking for a retracement back within that range that's just newly been created to then potentially take to see if I can take the market in the for a continuation trade in the direction of the whatever the trend of the trade was doing or going. So looking over the GU, missed out on longs on GU last night. Uh, ultimately was not really looking for the long, so that's kind of how I missed them. I wasn't really trying to hop in, especially lining up AU and UCAD. But coming from the weekend analysis, what we saw was price action ended the week, big bearish, just like we kind of saw on some of the other pairs. They ended big bullish, simply looking for the retracement trades back to fill the range, and price action took off and got busy back to the top side. Ultimately, not breaking this hourly resistance as we push higher. We got the example right here on UCAD breaking structure here. And as we push lower, I'm looking for this to probably continue to go bearish more than I am looking for it to reverse back and keep going bullish. Potentially, ultimately, will still just be a little retracement phase from this low to this high. Pull back to see it potentially keep going bullish. But back over to GU, we did not close above structure as we did have this big bullish impulse into the high. So I could expect or start framing shorts once price action starts to roll over on something like the 15-minute. Ultimately, I would like to see price action close below 25 at 2,500, 1.2500 level, 25000 level. See it close below there, and then potentially start framing the shorts back to the downside. If it kept going bearish, I can't tell you what I'd be targeting to the downside, but let it leak, let it show you where you want to go, and then get busy that way. Or you can target your 1-to-1s, 1-to-2s, and all that shit. I usually just base mine based off of the structure. So sometimes I have a 1-to-1, sometimes I have a 1-to-20 or a 1-to-5. Crazy ratios, but it's usually based off of structure. Did hop into some GJ shorts. Was kind of looking for the same concept basically that we saw on GU price action retracing, seeing we was going to continue to roll over back bearish. GJ did not. GJ full steam ahead, pushed up to the top side, and I think a lot of it was due with confluence with UJ. But yeah. So as price action pushed up on the higher time frames, we clearly closed above this level. So with this trade, I had really low tolerance for pullbacks Simply because, like we always say, we close above hourly structure, there's higher probability that we can continue to go bullish, and the vice versa. As we close below hourly structure, we can or do have a higher potential to continue to go bearish. But as we came down here, close below structure, I had some sell stops below some levels right down here, and then price action just pulled back and complete workout. I was completely asleep during this trade, so no trailing stops, full stop on that. Yeah, as price action started closing below structure down on the 1 minute. So we got price action pushing bullish into that hourly structure looking left. React bearish. Did not take these shorts simply because we didn't break structure looking left. So I let it push up one more time. Once I saw this structure here started to develop and this price action come back big bearish closing below, I was like, okay, yeah, sell stop below here. If we start to push and that's 1, 2 structures broken at that point, we could potentially be at the point of getting ready to go big bearish. And rotation rolled over, went big bullets, complete stop loss on that one. So ultimately looking to see zoom in, follow people in the bet. We did get a deep retracement within this 4 hourly range. So right now what we're going to see is price action going to offer a retracement with this new bullish push to the top side from the low to the high. Are we going to see any retracements to potentially fill this range that just was newly created? Or is it just going to try to find some sort of support from within the market that it created as it started pushing up, see if it's going to continue to go bullish? But that's a lot of shit to kind of think about. So ultimately, just let the market do what it do and then hop in based off what it's doing. So as we're bullish right now, like I said, I could expect a retracement. So I will start lining up some zones or some levels where I think price is going to retrace to, and then sit and wait on seeing them hold get hit. But smacked on GJ winners on UCAD last night and AU. Hmm. This is the hourly time frame on AU. If this candle does not close above this zone right here, I'm gonna be questioning them longs, real skeptical A's. So I'll probably take this entry off and try and see if I can wait and see if this entry hits. But this hourly candle for me, first section is pushing bullish, start retracing here. We're coming back into the zone that started to cause price action to go bearish. So for me, this candle needs to close above that zone, telling me that there are enough bullish whatever's in the market to potentially continue to push this market up. So if, like I said, this 8 o'clock candle does not close above this area, then yeah, might be a little suspect right here. Looking at it on a 30 minute, the 30-minute counter can tell you what the hourly candle is going to do. So if the hourly candle shows us some big bullish closures, then potentially we could see the next 30-minute candle of that same hourly candle could close above this zone. So like I said, we want to see the hourly candle close above this zone. And then on the 30-minute, we got 2 strikes, two attempts to close above this zone. So let's see how this candle closes and then potentially the next one. Then yeah, it could continue to go. I am not in a trade right now. This entry did not get hit, and then ultimately seeing this entry is going to come back and get executed. Yeah, so far this week starting off a lot better than last week. I hadn't won on a Sunday in a very long time, so I was kind of excited to see that. So potentially, could be lining up for an excellent week. We gonna see. We gonna see. We do got a ass ton of news or red for the news coming out this week. Only thing I really saw was something like on Thursday. That was a CPI for the CAD tomorrow. That might shake up the market a good bit. Core sales might shake up the market a little bit. A lot of red folder right up here, but I don't think these are going to be drastic or cause drastic moves in the market. Employment change, employment rate might shake up the market for the AUD on Wednesday. Unemployment claims on Thursday. I think it's federal chair Powell speak on Friday. Might toss up the market a good bit. So hold on to your cookies if you around and forget that the news is about to pop off this week. So if you're in them trades, yeah, be careful. Cause the market will get like a ducking on your ass and then trade gone. I don't really see anything else right now. I'm interested or even curious to say I'm gonna try and hop in. With GU not closing above structure here, I would be looking for this to start coming back to the downside. But right now, I don't see it. So at this point, they will have to prove it. Looking at price action back over here, high, 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 low, high, high. So ultimately, this is the range on the 15. That price action is stuck within. And as we can see, once we started coming here, we are ultimately kind of breaking through structure here, breaking through that range. So we could see a wick fill, and then price action push back bullish, or we could see a wick fill and continuation. Ultimately, I want to see how price acts once it gets back down in here. Then I'll definitely be able to make a decisiones on GUE. But yeah, right now we just consolidating on the 15 minutes. So price action consolidating, I'll just flip on over to something else. GJ, our time frame. Yeah. I don't like price action like this. Be kind of shaky right here. These one candle zones. You have to really be following a pair to kind of identify which levels tend to hold up the best. Um, I don't follow GU as tight or GJ as follows. I don't follow GJ as tight as I follow AU or UCAD right now. So I don't know if this level is going to hold or not. But what I would be looking for, like I said, on the 15-minute, or to do a little bearish dance right into this level. And once we get into this area, what I would like to see is price action start forming with them keys. Wake up, wake down, wake up, wake down, wake up, wake down. That would let me know that potentially at this level within the market, there's some type of interest or price action potentially either scooting to the top side or scooting to the downside. Now, in this case, I wanted to scoot to the top side. So once it started fumbling with them keys in this area, what I then want to see is a sequence of higher highs and higher lows coming away from the zone. And at any point where I start to see these higher highs and higher lows, is where I would attempt to try to hop in and see if price action will continue to go bullish. Um, higher time frame standpoint, we are big bullish. The okay, price action came back and tapped into where okay, we could see that continuation back into the high. So if it does flip bullish, this is the daily time frame. We could be looking at targets at 171, 861. So yeah, we just gonna have to wait and see what price action on the edge want to do. Ooh, we got them equal highs right over there. So ooh, yeah, definitely. Got they resting licks and right up there. 3 and 3. Like that. Yeah, so that would be even more confluence to say, okay, I can see why price action going up there. I see where you going at, baby. I just need to find a spot to get in. So what is this, GJ? All right. So yeah, if we get price action to deliver this sequence of price action to come back into the level, start forming with them keys, and then give us a bullish sequence back to the top side, probably hop in on that. You know what we got is get rid of this. Now, this type of setup is not the setup where you want to put the house. You don't want to bet the whole house on this type of setup because this could easily fail. Price action could easily break through this level and continue to go bearish and do all type of weird swirly stuff. But what we want to do is start to try to build that psychology and say, well, if price action comes to this area or if price action goes bullish, then I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do that versus just hopping in. Because that's how you get your ass cooked. Um, well, yeah, early. Yeah, smokes. Out down to that 15. Yeah, pretty much the range at this point. Okay. Fine. There. Yeah. Pretty much weight game on UJ. Then I'll hop over to you or GJ, then I'll hop over to UJ and say, okay, well, we are looking for a heavy retracement on the UJ standpoint. So potentially if UJ starts to leak, we could see GJ start to leak. And that would definitely line us up into this level, or potentially if it does come back deeper, then we could line up another level from the downside. And just, get busy to the top side. What happened here? We upside down. Yes, I think we are. But yeah, I would like to stick with that. See, gold. I had a mean ass entry on gold last night. Paper trade, did not enter into this gold trade, but the setup did work out perfectly to a T. What I saw from the weekend analysis was the daily was bullish, the 4 hour was bullish, the hourly was bearish, and the 15-minute was franging. So from this high to this low to this high, and then we started to chop. But what I did see is I come down to this lower time frame. I said, okay, well, if this is price action attempting to push into the highs, break structure looking left, did break lower time frame structures on the 15 minutes. So at that point, we created a high, and then we came back, and then we started to kind of chop around, but it was making higher highs and higher lows chop around. So his price action pushed during the Asian. I just sat back and watched it, and then I said, okay, well, we didn't come back and break the low when we pushed up and created this high here, breaking left. We then created a new higher high on the 15-minute time frame. And then, I said, okay, well, if this sequence of higher highs and higher lows is going to continue, then what I want to see is price action pull back into that area where price action originally started from with this move here, and potentially look for a price action to roll over lower time frames, 1 minute, 5 minute, see if we can go big bullish. Yeah, you get price action pushing up, pull it back into that level. We're identifying looking left, and voila, roll over bullish, push back, resistance, pull back, break higher, and then 92 pips is your target right up there. Right now on gold, I do see continuation of more chop. So I wouldn't do nothing but sit back and keep waiting right now because this move didn't push you out of the high. So it could continue to it could come back and roll back over bearish or bullish. But at this point, I wouldn't look to do nothing on gold. We got some news popping off um later on this week. So I will wait for my gold setup would be to wait to see what the news does to it. Because right now it ain't doing nothing but chopping back and forth. And if you're impatient, if you don't know how to try to go to the lower top frames and break down structure, then potentially you can't enjoy it cool. And it won't be pretty, my friends. But hold on, go back to gold for a second. Um ultimately on the higher time frames was looking at gold in a bullish manner, higher highs and higher lows. Hourly time frame was retracing lower low, lower high. Was looking to see if price action was going to break this low to come back and kind of fill within this imbalance area we had identified from the 4 hour time frame. We came down and kind of respected that support and started to go back bullish. So ultimately, like I said, all I was looking for was a retracement trade to see where it was going to potentially roll over bearish from. And as we see right here on the 15-minute, we're still stuck within that range, but it could be something where we see price action does start to kick and break through finally this 1 hour support right down here. And yeah, come down, retest the imbalance area we're looking for, see if we can roll back over to the top side and continue this big bullish ass trend that we got on higher time frames. Now, if price action does decide to come down and continue to go bearish, once we break through here, then definitely you got a big ass drop to probably about 1859, 1860. So, you know, riding the bulls as long as they're in the market, and then once they hop out, you better hop out too. Cool. I don't know what to do, my friends. I think this is long. Okay, we said we wanted to see that hourly close above. What did it do? It did not. That 30-minute didn't close above, and the next 30-minute is I thought they did 1 minute, my friends. Take a deal with that entry. Like I like this one better. 13 pip stop. Uh, we're looking at a 2.1 to 2.96 risk to reward. Yeah, 41 potential Pippage to the top side horns, to the top side, to the top side. Yeah, we're gonna see what we can do. About 8:30. We don't have about 30 of them things. Right now we just stuck, bro. We ain't doing nothing. Higher time frames on AU are identifying bullish. Bullish on the daily. I think it was bearish on the 4H. Bullish on the daily, bearish on the 4H, and then starting to roll over bullish again on the yeah. We already broke the high right over here. So potentially we could see a nice little retreat, a nice little push, probably get 30 pips early. I want to see how early close about here. All the people in the bed. Or time frame is gonna show us. Oh shit, got my hand in this. Hold up. Yeah. Oh, this will be tough to hop in. Not I mean the stops will what would be tough if we start to close above this high. Because we would then be looking for the breakout trade versus the break and retest trade. So then the breakout trades and then stops be off. Man, let me seven, 60. I want to see what is terrible. Yeah, this is entry I had in the queue. Missed would have been about 8 pips right there. Mm, mm, mm. I think I'm glad. Learn through the market. One more again. See what we got from a higher time frame perspective. Looking at UJ. Ultimately, we see price action back here is bearish. Right here, we start to roll over, close above structure, higher highs, higher lows, higher low, higher high, pushing into higher time frame resistance, come back down. Did not ultimately break structure where price action came from. Starts back, roll over bullish, higher highs, higher lows. And so this could be a new high. And price action could be wanting to retrace. So we could be still waiting for that entry we got with this imbalance right now here. If it sets up, if it come back down, I don't think I got the stops that tight. Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually move that entry because I know I ain't got no 125 pip stop. Um, yeah, something about this looks different. Not the setup, but oh yeah, okay, that's what I did. I did leave my stops right there. So yeah, anyway, in the hill, I got 134. No, but that is yeah, okay. So what I'm looking at here is if price action comes down, it just happens to wake me out, and I just get wicked out, or potentially take the buy limit out and then sit and wait and see and wait for price action to roll over bullish from within this area, and then take the buys. So potentially just have it left up here right now to see where I want to get in from, and then once I see how price action approaches this area, then I'll be definitely like, okay, yeah, this is what I can do. But I need to see price action start to retrace some first. So ultimately, higher time frames I do see are bullish on UJ 4 hourly, somewhat in retracement mode on the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour high, 4 hour low, pull back, and then starts to chop on the hourly. Hourly time frame is big bullish. 15-minute is settled, consolidating, and starting to roll back to the downside. So waiting to see what we're gonna get on UJ. Pushing over to UCAD. Um, because we just closed below this hourly support, first instincts would be to wait for the retracement and then see if we're gonna continue back to the downside. But looking at price action right now, you know, higher time frames are bullish on the daily time frame from the low to the high. Retracement back into demand, looking left, starts to roll back over bullishly. Um, yeah, this could just be a retracement move. Feel gaps looking left within the market before rolling back over bullish. So definitely want to be careful on UCAD right now. Let me see a level. What are you trying to feel? Yeah, right now we're planning out the hourly and 15-minute levels. Um, in order to start considering price action retracing, you see a series of higher highs, higher lows, and then sort of run into a resistance within this hourly range to say, okay, then now we can potentially continue to take the market to the downside. But ultimately, you should be looking for the best bullish scenario in my eyes at this point, as the hourly has rolled over bullish. Good potential to say it now to roll back over bearish. But yeah, I don't think we pushed into anything looking left. So this could be the beginning of building internal liquidity. Um, for the 4 hour time frame, price action come back and swoop through that level. But we're gonna have to see, that's a little bit of ways away. So by Tuesday, Wednesday, we should pretty much know which way UK trying to go. GU, they're looking for the shorts on GU. They're not close above hourly structure, so definitely want to see how this price action plays out within this hourly range right up in here first, and then based off of that, if we get the push retest, we're looking for the series of highs and high lows back into the highs. If we get break below, I would like to see a close below here, retest, and then smash to the downside. There's a huge ass range to the downside based off the daily time frame to be filled. So, yeah. What's up, buddy? Okay, well, I'm almost finished. Yeah, you can come in. Just close the door. Looking at GJ, expecting price action on GJ to continue to go bullish. Yes, buddy. Yes, Lynn, you can lay around on the couch. Looking for this type of setup here. If this level does not hold up, could expect price action to pull back deeper within this range. We'll ultimately just see what level it decides to build support on. GJ is not my main pair, so I don't really care what it does. I just look to see what happens, what it reacts from, and then get busy. So this will be a setup I'm looking for. If anything outside of this happens, then back to the drawing board on GJ. Ultimately, identifying bullish on the daily. We do have a level. Mhm. Big come to me. To me. We do have a level and imbalance. Kind of identify on the higher time frames, looking for price action to retest in that area. But if they just want to keep going bullish, then just hop in and go bullish with it. And then go, we already know. Wait for the break out of this 15-minute range, kind of determine which way I want to go. But outside of that, I think I might slide cool because ain't no too much more analysis than you're gonna be able to do. AU got 13 minutes before this hourly candle close. So um let's see how that other 30-minute candle how it's holding up. Ooh, it ain't looking too good for the buy team. We got big bullish strong. We did break that high, but we definitely definitely got to close above. We could see a deeper retracement if this candle closes like this, or even a bearish candle on the 30-minute time frame. 15. Then we run out of gas. Cuckoo chew as we pushed up here, we have some sting behind us right over here. We starting to wick a good bit. We were pretty wicky right up in here too, but yeah, reading these candles is like, bro, I don't feel like going upstairs right now. Let's go downstairs for a minute. My legs tired. But yeah, so waiting for the hourly to close above this hourly resistance, and then we're gonna make a decision. Outside of that, I'm about to slide. If you're watching, thanks for watching. Hit that like button for your brethren. I greatly appreciate it. Ooh, I told my man like 12 times. But outside of that, I'm about to slide. I need some juice joint. I'm need some drink. But I'm gonna holler at y'all. I'm out of there. Peace.